From Fox News, Auburn coach Bruce Pearl says Charlie Kirk was assassinated because they couldn't beat him in tribute. Auburn basketball coach Bruce Pearl paid an emotional tribute to conservative activist Charlie Kirk, assassinated on Wednesday, calling him a man of faith leading a revival among young conservatives. Pearl said Kirk's opponents turned violent because they couldn't defeat him in debates on faith, family, and history, stating they couldn't beat him, so they killed him. Pearl emphasized Kirk's legacy will live on through his followers, despite his unique gifts being irreplaceable. Suspect Tyler Robinson was arrested in Utah. Pearl concluded that no one could match Kirk, and he'll be sorely missed amid rising political tensions. From CNN, NATO launches Eastern Sentry operation in response to Russian drone incursions. NATO has launched Eastern Sentry to bolster Europe's eastern defenses after a Russian drone incursion into Polish airspace this week, announced Secretary General Mark Rutte. The operation involves assets from Denmark, France, UK, Germany, and others, including F-16s, Rafales, and Eurofighters, to counter increasing Russian recklessness. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk called it an intentional attack, not a mistake, with up to 21 drones involved. U.S. President Trump suggested it might be accidental, but NATO vows to defend every inch. Modeled after Baltic Sentry, it covers from the high north to the Mediterranean, with ongoing assessments of Russia's actions. From USA Today, Charlie Kirk shooting suspect Tyler Robinson arrested, widow vows to fight. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson was arrested for the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk during a Utah event, facing aggravated murder charges after confessing to relatives. Kirk's widow Erica vowed in a tearful live stream to continue his mission of patriotism and faith, saying his death has ignited a stronger movement. Authorities recovered a rifle with engraved casings referencing memes and anti-fascist lyrics. Neighbors described Robinson as quiet, smart, and from a church-going family. President Trump announced the arrest and plans to attend Kirk's funeral in Arizona as investigations reveal Robinson's growing political views. From Bloomberg, ICE agents shoot man in Chicago area as officer injured. An ICE officer shot and killed a man during a vehicle stop in Franklin Park near Chicago after he dragged the officer while fleeing, leaving the officer injured but stable. The man was not legally in the U.S. and resisted arrest, per DHS, which praised the officer's actions amid Operation Midway Blitz targeting criminal immigrants. This escalates tensions with Illinois' Democratic leaders like Governor J.B. Pritzker, who called it troubling, while President Trump has criticized Chicago's handling of crime. Trump considered deploying National Guard to Chicago, but opted for Memphis instead, following legal hurdles and similar California deployments. From Raw Story, I don't want to talk about it. Trump warns U.S. to pay trillions if he doesn't get his way. President Trump avoided detailing plans if courts overturn his tariffs, saying on Fox, I don't want to talk about it, but warned a loss would cost the U.S. trillions. Tariffs, key to boosting U.S. manufacturing, were ruled unlawful by a federal court. The Supreme Court will hear the case in November, which Trump calls historic. Resumed in August, tariffs have led to higher prices, slowed job growth, and rising inflation, with public support dropping to 40% per recent polls. 77% of Americans believe tariffs raise short-term costs as opposition grows despite Trump's claims of an economic boom. From the Associated Press, California lawmakers passed bill barring authorities from wearing face masks. California lawmakers passed a bill banning most law enforcement, including federal agents, from wearing face masks during operations, responding to masked ICE raids in Los Angeles. The bill prohibits ski masks and similar coverings, with exceptions for undercover work or medical masks, amid fears of racial profiling and public panic. Governor Gavin Newsom has until next month to sign it. Supporters cite no interference with duties, while critics say it endangers officers facing harassment. Similar proposals are in other states and Congress, as Trump officials defend masks for agent safety in contentious immigration enforcement.